What if your financial struggle is not a punishment, but a classroom where God Himself is teaching you to trust what you cannot see? You might secretly wonder why your prayers for breakthrough seem unanswered, why the bills pile up, why doors close even when you've done everything right, and yet, hidden beneath that pain is a divine purpose, shaping your faith in ways abundance never could. The shocking truth is that sometimes God allows seasons of scarcity to reveal where your hope truly rests, stripping away false security, so you can learn that your provision was never meant to come from your paycheck, but from His hand alone. You see, when you lose a job, when debt suffocates your peace, when every effort feels wasted, it's not just about money, it's about mastery. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, verse 24, that you cannot serve both God and money, and in that struggle, you discover who really owns your heart. There is a hidden war inside you between fear and faith, between control and surrender. And God will use your financial wilderness to expose which voice you listen to when life doesn't add up. Remember the Israelites in the desert, they had manna every day. Not too much, not too little, just enough. That was not poverty, that was training. And sometimes God does the same with you, teaching you dependence in daily doses, stripping away the illusion of self-sufficiency so that when abundance returns, your heart remains anchored in gratitude, not greed. The warning is that financial lack can easily become a breeding ground for bitterness, jealousy, or self-pity if you don't recognize its spiritual purpose. Philippians chapter 4, verse 12 to 13 reveals Paul as secret. He learned to be content in every circumstance, whether in plenty or in want, because his strength was not. God may be using this moment to train that same spiritual muscle in you, shaping endurance, humility, and wisdom through every setback. The hidden lesson behind financial pain is that God is not trying to take from you, He's trying to transform you. He's testing your trust, not your worth. He's refining your stewardship, not rejecting your effort. He's breaking the idols you didn't know you built. So your faith will no longer depend on stability, but on His sovereignty. You might think your problem is the lack of money, but the real danger is the lack of faith. In Luke chapter 16, verse 10, Jesus says that whoever is faithful with little will be trusted with much. And that means every dollar, every delay, every disappointment is part of your preparation. The shocking part is that sometimes your no from God financially is actually His mercy at protecting you from success that would destroy you spiritually, or from comfort that would cause you to forget Him. Your struggle might feel humiliating, but it's actually holy ground where pride dies and trust grows. In the silence between paychecks, you start to hear the whisper of His provision, realizing that true wealth is not what you hold in your hands, but what you carry in your heart. You learn to pray differently, not for more, but for enough. You learn to give when you barely have anything, and in that generosity, you step into a divine paradox, where scarcity becomes abundance. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8 says that God is able to bless you abundantly so that in all things at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. But that abundance starts with surrender, not striving. You may secretly envy those who seem to have it all together, but don't mistake comfort for calling. Some of the strongest believers are those who learn to praise God with an empty wallet and a full heart. The hidden beauty of your financial struggle is that it draws you closer to His character, Jehovah, your provider, teaching you that He is faithful, even when the numbers don't make sense. The warning is this: if you rush to escape the lesson, you may miss the growth that sustains the blessing later. So, instead of asking, why me? Start asking, what are you teaching me, Lord? Because Romans chapter 8, verse 28 reminds you that all things, including debt, job loss, and uncertainty, work together for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. Maybe this season isn't about losing what you have, but about gaining what you need. Endure, patience, humility, and unshakable faith. You are not forgotten, not forsaken, not left behind. You are being refined. God is teaching you how to walk by faith, not by sight. How to trust His timing over your timeline. How to rest in His promises when your plans collapse. So here's your quiet challenge. Stop fighting the lesson and start walking in trust. Honor Him with what you have. Stay generous even in lack, and keep believing that He will provide in His perfect way. Because when the testing ends and the breakthrough comes, You will realize the purpose behind your financial struggle wasn't to destroy you, it was to deliver you from fear, to deepen your dependence, and to prepare you for blessings you can finally handle with a faithful heart.